Bitterness is like an acid that just eats its own container. It's the kind of thing that makes a person hypersensitive, ungrateful, insincere, and moody. And even though this is really the most wonderful time of the year, the holiday season provides many opportunities for bitterness seeds to fall into our hearts. It goes like this. Maybe a family member has a different idea about where Christmas should be held this year, or who should be invited, or what traditions should be honored, or how it should be observed during COVID. And when things don't go our way, we feel hurt. So we start churning over the details of what they said and assume the worst about why they said it. So a root system of bitterness begins spreading through the soil of our hearts. And then we cultivate its growth by dwelling on how unfairly we've been treated and talking to others who we assume will take our side, thinking that their sympathy somehow validates my resentment. But there's an antidote to bitterness, and it's prescribed in Hebrews 12:15, which says, "See to it that no one falls short of the grace of God, and that no bitter root grows up to cause trouble and defile many." You see, the grace of God is what cancels out the root of bitterness and prevents it from spreading from one heart to another. And the grace of God is not just some abstract idea, it's real and it's personal. You know, God's grace breaks through to me when I realize how Jesus set aside his own rights and privileges to come and rescue me from my own pride and selfishness. His grace reaches me when I finally see how wrong I've been and how right God is, and yet Jesus has come to intercede on my behalf, reconciling me with the Father. When I choose to dwell on that, rather than on how I've been mistreated, then my bitterness is turned into sweetness, and I find grace enough to spare. That's when my resentments melt away, and I am able to fully enter into the joy of the season.